Hello, people of the internet. So, this week I'm back in college and I'm doing a course which I think is Victorian to English to modern literature. And for my course, the first thing I have to read is the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. So I thought, I have to read the first 10 chapters by Friday. So it's going to be 2 chapters a day type thing. And I was thinking, I was like, I should start this. I should do this. I thought the best way to start this would probably be to just read the first few pages and give my commentary on them to the internet. So, yeah, here we are. It's by Charles Dickens, and I do like Dickens, but I do think a big problem with Dickens, especially in college, is that you can't read him under pressure. I think Dickens is an absolute genius and he's funny and stuff, but you can't read Dickens under pressure, which is, of course, what we're doing. So let's see. The Posthumous Papers of the Pickwick Club. Chapter 1. The Pickwickians. The first ray of light which illuminates the gloom and converts into a dazzling brilliancy that obscurity in which the earlier history of the public career of the immortal Pickwick would appear to be involved is derived from the perusal of the following entry in the Transactions of the Pickwick Club, which the editor of these papers feels the highest pleasure in laying before his readers as a proof of the careful attention, indefatigable assiduity, and nice discrimination with which his search among the multifarious documents confided to him has been conducted. That is a long sentence to start a book with. Let's see. May 12th, 1827. Joseph Schmiggers, Esquire, PVPMPC, Perpetual Vice President, Member Pickwick Club, presiding, the following resolutions unanimously agreed to. That this association has heard read with feelings of unmingled satisfaction and unqualified approval the paper communicated by Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, GC, MPC, General Chairman, Member Pickwick Club, entitled Speculations on the Source of the Hampstead Ponds, and with some observations on the theory of tittlebats. Tit. And what this association does hereby run its warmest thanks to the said Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, GC, MPC, for the same. Is this book entirely done in, papers? What the fuck? For fuck's sake, Dickens. Okay, let's see. That while this association is deeply sensible of the advantages which accrue to the cause of science, and the production to which they have just advert no less than from the unwearied research of Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, Esquire, GC, MPC, in Hornsey? Yeah, Hornsey. It almost sounds like Horny. See, that's funny. Highgate, Brixton, and Camberwell, they cannot but entertain a lively sense of the inestimable benefits which inevitably result from carrying the speculations of that learned man into a wider field, from extending his travels and consequently enlarging his sphere of observation, to the advancement of knowledge and the diffusion of learning. That, with the view just mentioned, this association has taken into its serious consideration a proposal emanating from the aforesaid Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, GC, MPC, and 3 other Pickwickians hereinafter named, for forming a new branch of United Pickwickians under the title of the Corresponding Society of the Pickwick Club. I have no idea what these people do, but they write stuff down well, so let's see. That the said proposal has received the sanction and approval of this association, that the Corresponding Society of the Pickwick Club is hereby considered that Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, GC, MPC, Tracy Tubman, Esquire, MPC, Augustus Snodgrass. Snodgrass? Really? Esquire, MPC, and Nathaniel Winkle, Esquire, MPC, are hereby nominated and appointed members of the same, and that they requested to forward from time to time authenticated accounts of their journeys and investigations, of their observations of character and manners, and of the whole their adventures, together with all tales and papers to which local scenery and associations may give rise, to the Pickwick Club stationed in London. That this association cordially recognises the principle of every member of the Corresponding Society defraying his own travelling expenses, and that it sees no objection whatever to the members of that society pursuing their inquiries for any length of time they please upon the same terms. See, I really want to comment on this and make snarky remarks and stuff, but I'm half don't understand what's going on. I can't make any snarky remarks. I'm half actually really enjoying the rhythm of it. The members of the aforesaid Corresponding Society be and are hereby informed that the proposal to pay the postage I don't know why, but I really like the phrase "pay the postage" of their letters, and the carriage of their parcels has been deliberated by this association, that this association considers such a proposal worthy of the great minds from which it emanated, and that it hereby signifies its perfect acquiescence therein. A casual observer, adds the secretary, to whose notes we are indebted for the following account, a casual observer may possibly have remarked nothing extraordinary in the bald head and circular spectacles which were intently turned towards his, the secretary's, face during the reading of above resolutions. To those who knew that the gigantic brain of Pickwick was worth beneath that forehead, and the beaming eyes of Pickwick were twinkling behind those glasses, the sight was indeed an interesting one. There sat the man who had traced to their source the mighty ponds of Hampstead, and agitated the scientific world with the theory of tittlebats. There's tits again. As calm and unmoved as the deep waters of the one on a frosty day, or as a solitary specimen on the other of the inmost recesses of the earthen jar. And how much more interesting did the spectacle become when starting into full life and animation, as the simultaneous call of Pickwick burst from his followers. That illustrious man slowly followed into the Windsor chair on which he had previously seated, and addressed the club himself and found it. What a study for an artist did that exciting scene present! The eloquent Pickwick, with one hand gracefully concealed behind his coat-tails, and the other hand in the air to assist his glowing declamation, his elevated position revealing those tights and gaiters. Okay. Which, had they clothed an ordinary man, might have passed without observation, but which, when Pickwick clothed them, if anyone may use the expression, inspired involuntary awe and respect, surrounded by the men who had volunteered to share their perils of his travels, and who were destined to participate in the glories of his discoveries. On his right sat Mr. Tracy Tupman, the two successful Tupmen, who, to their wisdom and experience of mature years, superadded the enthusiasm and ardour of a boy in the most interesting and pardonable of human weaknesses. Love. Time and feeling had expanded that once romantic form. The black silk waistcoat had become more and more developed. Inch by inch had the gold watch chain beneath it disappeared from within the range of Tupman's visions, and gradually had the capacious chin encroached upon the borders of the white cravat. But the soul of Tupman had no change. Admiration for the fair sex was still its ruling passion. Horny bastard. On the left side of his great leader sat the poetic Snodgrass, and near him again the sporting Winkle, the former poetically enveloped in a mysterious blue cloak with a canine skin collar. Did he skin a dog to make his coat? Prick. And the latter communicating additional lustre to the new green shooting coat, plaid handkerchief, and closely fitted drabs. Mr. Pickwick's oration upon this occasion, together with the debate thereon, is entered on the transactions of the club. Both bear strong affinity to the discussions of other celebrated bodies, and it is always interesting to trace a resemblance between the proceedings of great men retransfer the entry to these pages. Yeah, I've no idea what's going on. I can't make any... I don't really get it. I'm trying to come up with snarky stuff to say all the time, but just nothing is coming. This was a failure of a video. But I'll upload it anyway. I'll see you guys tomorrow.